Alright guys, I've fitted some more sockets behind in my bedroom, right? But I decided to put some more over over here, right? Which I'm doing now, right? But when the when I was fitting the ones in my kitchen, plugged that tester in to the one by my kitchen window, and it said I had a faulty one in the kitchen. So I phoned the repairs department. The electrician come out, and he had a look at the ones that I'd done in the kitchen, and he says, "No, you can't do that." He says you have to put a spur. You have to put a spur in, right? So he says you have to. So like you've got your original socket there, right? What he says to me is, you got your original socket, right? And then you can fit one extension, right? So you can fit one, like, socket here. And then he says to me that you have to fit, after you fit your one new socket, you have to fit a spur after it, and then you can fit as many sockets as you want after that, right? So I said, okay then, right? So I fitted my socket here. So that was my original socket. I've changed that from, because that was originally a single socket, and I changed it to a double socket, which I said in my last video that I did. And he says, yeah, that's fine. He says, you can do that, because he had a look at the ones in the kitchen, and he says, yeah, you can do that, not a problem, right? So that was an original socket, and then I put a double socket here, and then I put my spur here, and then I had one socket. I put another socket here, and then once I did it, it come up, when I plugged the tester in, it come up open ground. So I was going, what the fuck does that mean? Right, so I went down to Robinson, Russia yesterday, right, and he was going, he says to me, he goes, if it says open ground, it means that you haven't connected the earth up, right? You haven't earthed them properly, right? So he says you just need to check your earth cable. So I was speaking to him about how I'd done it and whatever, and he goes, no, you're not supposed to do it like that. He says, what you have to do is, from your original socket, you should fit the spur first, right? Then your new socket, then you can fit your other sockets. But it says what you have to bear in mind, that your spur, right, is only got a 13 amp fuse in it. So if you overload them sockets, it's going to blow that 13 amp fuse, right? So when he says to you, you can fit as many sockets as you want, that he says he shouldn't have told you that, because if you've got like 10 sockets, right, you're going to overload that spur, and it's going to blow the fuse. It's just going to keep on blowing the fuse. So he says, like, you can only have so many like sockets before you're gonna have to fit another spur, so you don't like overload them and blow the fuse. Because he says you got to think about it. If you've got a socket here and then you fit a spur after that socket's not protected. You know what I'm saying? He says you're fitting the spur to protect the spot, to protect the sockets. So he says you should really fit the spur before whatever sockets you're fitting, You know what I'm saying? So it says now, right, all them sockets after the spur are all protected. You know what I'm saying? So I says, oh, shit. Like, I've done this. So like last night, I had to come back and change it all, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to move the spur. I had to, like, my trunking here. I had to like cut some of this trunking off because I'd already like put this cable here. So it was all like sort of like lined up and everything. So I had to like cut some of this trunking away. So it was sort of like, so I had room to move the spur over. Sorry, room to put the spur in. So I put the spur in here. Then I like put my new socket here, right? And then once I put my new socket here, right, the holes for this socket didn't line up. So like I've had to put a bit of sort of like trunk in here, right? And then I've had to like put this box here. This box wasn't the original one. This back box wasn't the original one. It was a smaller one. But somehow I haven't got a clue how I did this. Here, where you actually put the front, the faceplate on. On the other one, I smashed it. So I finished it all last night. I went, oh, sorted, man. I didn't finish it until about, I think it was about midnight or 1 o'clock this morning. I finished it all, finally finished it all. And then when I was trying to screw the faceplate on, it wouldn't go on. And when I looked, somehow I haven't got a clue how I did it. I smashed it. I said, you know what? I says that can wait until tomorrow morning, man. I'm going to, because I was absolutely knackered. I says, you know what? Forget this, man. I'll change it in the morning. So I've just changed this now. I've just put a new one on, right? Which is worked out to my advantage actually, because there was a bigger gap. There was a bigger gap. There's a tiny. It weren't that much. Should move the camera across. It weren't that big. It weren't that much bigger, but there was a bigger gap here, and I was thinking about cutting a piece of trunk in this to put in there to cover the gap, but I just thought, you know what, I can't be asked. It's probably, yeah, you can probably see here, it's probably there again. Yeah, I'll probably move this over that way a bit because it's took some of the gap here. Yeah, it probably has. So I've probably move this across a bit, but you know what, I can't be asked with that, man. And then like when I was drilling the holes, I've completely fucked the wall basically, and the boxes were loose, so I've had to sort of like drill some new holes now, and like these are solid now, man. These are not budging. These are not budging at all, man. They're absolutely solid. You can see where I've had to, like, these holes here, these ones here, I've completely fucked the wall with these ones. So I've had to drill 4 new ones here, the same here. I've had to drill 4 new ones here, and now these are solid, man. They're not going nowhere. Right, so I'm just gonna put my face plates on, and like here, where I've obviously you've got your spare coming in, spare coming in, and then going out to the other sockets, and then this here coming down and going out to the socket in the hallway. And obviously this, you're gonna laugh at this, the other night for ages I was trying to get 3 wires into the faceplate, because obviously you got 3 wires here, and for the life of me I couldn't get 3 wires in. So I come up with a little hack, right? You know these yeah, these basically. Right, what I've done, right, is obviously just put your 2 wires in here, right, into the little extender, and then put 1 wire out going into the faceplate, and then if you look here, you've then got your 1 neutral going out here. So then instead of having to put 3 wires into, let me get one of the faceplates if I can find one. Yeah, instead of having to get 3 wires into the tiny hole, I know I only have to get 2 wires in there. So that was quite a neat idea, because I was trying to get 3 wires in there, and when I went down to Robinson Musher yesterday, I was telling him, and he's saying, yeah, you can get 3 wires in there, but they have to be dead straight, otherwise they just won't go in there, man. You're not getting them in there. Otherwise they have to be like dead straight. You know, so like I've just come up with that hack, you know, to actually get my 3 wires in, and it works perfectly, man. Sorted. So like sort of like there you go, man. So I'll crack on now, and once I've got it all finished, I'll do another video showing it working. Okay, in a bit.